Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance, where today we are going to do an exciting run as everyone's favorite Azazel, Tainted Azazel. He works in the sense that he doesn't have flight, his brimstone is long but small, very thin, deals okay damage, and also, if you don't fully charge it, you do a little sneeze attack. Which does alright damage actually. It pushes enemies away as well, so it can be used rather safely. And we're just gonna try and have a good time. This run is also known as trying to record as many runs as possible in one day and being a little tired, so you're playing an easy character in the hope of an easy win. And hopefully that is going to be the case. I think I definitely do prefer regular Azazel over Tainted Azazel in terms of effectiveness, but it's not like this character is completely useless either. He certainly has some very strong points. The fact that he doesn't have flight can be pretty detrimental, but the long brimstone is still pretty good. It does decent damage if you can attack multiple targets at once with it as well. But the more damage we can get out of this character, the better, obviously. I've not played as this character a whole lot, as with every Tainted character, but I'm sure we'll learn as we progress through the game. I'm not really sure when his attacks seem to be doing more damage than other times. Occasionally the blood just seems a lot more intense. And I don't know if that's a distance thing or something something else going on there, but either way, I'm not going to be too bothered about it if we end up making it through this run alive. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take that, which is going to make our life a little bit easier when we take damage, which is not ideal, but fair enough, it'll have to do, I guess. We have 0 keys or bombs. So let's just run in here real quick, try and get anything useful here. 1 soul heart, 2 pills, experimental pill that was tears down and range up, so just exclusively bad. And we can use the that's unfortunate. I don't hate that. Don't hate this at all, actually. It does become a boss item in the caves, so that could be kind of useful. So I will just carry this around until then, most likely. And if needed, I can turn this into multiple consumables, as Pandora's box does get different effects as you progress through the game. I believe nowadays with the double active card, you can also use it to just get multiple items by using it multiple times, but it does require you to get a double active card, which is obviously not guaranteed. But in this instance, I'm also a little tempted to just use it here so I can get 7 coins for the price of 1 bomb, and I think you get like 2 bombs, 2 keys or something like that, but I guess this is also an acceptable substitute for that particular situation. Not a secret room there, unfortunately, but we did get a lot of bombs, and that's just pretty nice. That should easily help us out through these starting floors right here. Now, the tear rate is pretty rough, but fortunately we do still have our sneeze available. We are still going through this at a relatively fast pace, so it's not like I'm too worried about things right now. But I would love to get some keys and bombs and things just a little bit more. It actually does make it really tempting to just use the Pandora's box in this floor if I'm not going to get any keys. There is one over here which I can get because the secret room I think is underneath this room as well, so that's actually rather nice. It's a good trade regardless, but this makes it even better. And that's even more bombs. We're getting enough bombs at least, but I wouldn't mind a few more keys as well. I can at least enter my item room now. I could go into the shop as well with the money that we have and possibly buy a key that way, but I mean, Meat Cleaver isn't horrendous. It's just that I'd rather have Pandora's box, I think. See what we can get on the next floor, but I don't know. If I can get like a school bag or something. I don't know if the school bag was on the previous shop or not, and it genuinely might have been. I have like a vague recollection. Then maybe we could take both, but I think I value Pandora's box over that for sure. That's PhD, which I'm just gonna see if I can get 1 more coin out of that guy. Given our pill pool, I don't hate this. because I just want to get my tear rate back, really. And if we can get a tears up pill this way, that would be good. Knowing what all our pills do is never really too terrible. I think I will throw away this one makes you larger pill, but other than that, hopefully we can get a couple pills in this run and make that worthwhile. It makes Little Baggy a little bit more tempting to take as well, because all of our pills are going to be at least kind of good, at least not terrible, so it does make that a little bit better. We have a large quantity of flies, also known as insta-death with this character, so very good. Rooms like this are absolutely not a problem for this character at all, so if they can just keep giving us more rooms like this, that would be ideal. There's a Tinted Rock right there. Some bombs that I can get for the price of one bomb, so I might as well. If we end up getting flight on this floor, then maybe not worth it. But I think I kind of want to try and go for angel rooms anyway. I think I'd rather just try and get Mega Satan or something like that out of the way. This is a big floor, by the way. This is basement. This is basement too, and the floor is never ending. I don't actually know what's happening here, but yeah, fair enough. Very strange. Hagalaz. Oh, that's unfortunate, because I gotta use that on this room right here, but I'll use it anyway in case there's anything particularly good. I heard a coin fall, so that's at least something. And I'm not sure where my super secret room is. I'm gonna try it here and nowhere else. Unfortunate. I'm gonna try here, even though I just said nowhere else. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I have no idea. And Dingle. Yeah, this was a rough floor for a multitude of reasons, unfortunately, but hopefully we can make up for that in the upcoming floors, I suppose. This is pretty damn rough, though. I do hope we can make some good stuff happen here in terms of what items we're gonna get, because this is taking a while. The meat cleaver is still kinda tempting, though, because you at least do, like, you take off a decent chunk of damage from them. That's actually not bad. Experimental pill, that can only be good. HP up. Shot speed is nothing. Power pill, tears up. Very good. Okay. So I'm just going to use Pandora's box immediately on the next floor, I think, because I like to have the option to carry around things, really. That's not immediately terrible. It's going to heal us up a little bit at least. Gotta make sure not to lose that bone heart, but other than that, not a problem. Absolutely no problem at all. Even though it feels pretty slow how we're going right now, it's still not going terribly. But it's more just that I know this character can be a lot quicker. That's the main thing, I suppose. Wouldn't mind trying to look for my secret room first, just to get that devil deal chance as per usual, or angel room chance rather. Really just any way to destroy a shopkeeper. Another tears up pill just landing in the room here, definitely very good. We are getting back to a normal pace, but I wouldn't mind getting a few items. I guess just a Tinted Rock with a couple of hearts inside it, just randomly next to a bunch of barrels is also pretty good, but I wouldn't mind damage. Damage would be really nice right about now. I'm not immediately sure where my secret room could be. I'm getting a lot of weird rooms where I can't quite do anything for a multitude of reasons, which is unfortunate. And I'm tempted by the challenge room, actually. Alright, this is probably where the secret room is. I'm just gonna blow that up while waiting for pins. Power pill can be used either against a boss or to enter my curse room for free, or at least for less health than it ordinarily would take, but I think I'd rather just do it like this. That's unfortunate. Do kind of want to blow up these flames, at least with 4 flames. There's a decent chance of getting at least 1 soul heart, and yeah, just like that. But I still want to find my item room, and there we go. The moment I thought it was there. We get the box of spiders, which is not terrible as an item. It at least gives you some spiders to work with, which is never really that bad. 11 coins makes me want to visit my shop. So might as well go there while we're at it. Just this, which is not immediately terrible. For that price especially, that's pretty good. Let's blow up the shopkeeper though, and then just quickly run off to the boss room, I think. I would like to reach that boss rush as well. And I kind of doubt we're going to get anything good. I regret my choice of going here anyway. There was technically a chance of finding like a beggar or something that could have given us a little bit more devil deal chance, or angel room chance rather. At least we got another tiers up bill, so that's pretty good. We have completely run out of bombs, I just realized. And so if we get an angel room, which would be... yeah, it would only make sense that if we get an angel room now that we will not be able to blow up the angel room statue due to my own hubris, but, well, fair enough. Not everyone needs to go to Mega Satan, but I wouldn't mind if some of them did. That's really the main thing. I did, yeah, this is just a bit silly, isn't it? At least we got a decent tier rate right now, so that's pretty good. The damage is still just terrible, but at least if I take damage, then my tier rate becomes even better, and then it also kind of nullifies how terrible my damage is, so not too terrible of an idea to just take deliberate damage from time to time. You could call that a good idea. It's not immediately manageable in terms of survivability, but it'll work. A little tempted to use the power pill just to speed this up a little bit as well, but yeah, fair enough. Unfortunately, we didn't get an angel room, so we can at least move on knowing that we can still blow up the first angel statue if we find a bomb somewhere. But so far, this run is a mess. It is going in a messy way that I don't particularly care for, and I do hope it is going to stabilize soon, because I just want to get some unlocks done, and hopefully it's not going to be the minimum amount possible, really. Which is going to be... what? Was there a tier there still or something? I must have missed that. Probably a tier there. But yeah, if it's gonna be just like Blue Baby or just the Lamb, it's still not terrible, but it is just less than I would like, you know, so... preferably we get a little bit more stuff done here. That's at least bombs, so that's good. There's a curse room here, which I might be able to bomb into if my secret room is over there. It is not there, but I will enter my curse room because really, I could use anything I can get right now. We are running low on time in terms of trying to get to the boss rush, so I am just running as quickly as I can. I could have probably blown up that mushroom with the very, very small hope that there was a magic mushroom inside it, but the odds of that are not exactly in my favor. I really want to find my item room, find my shop perhaps. With 6 coins it's not ideal, but it's doable. I have 6 keys, so I might as well just enter this room while we're at it. There's a large quantity of coins, so that has made the shop more interesting. Plus, we managed to blow up the shopkeeper, so we don't have to worry about that in terms of finding things in secret rooms. Speaking of secret rooms, not an impossible chance it's here. I don't remember the bottom room, but it is indeed there. And there is some more stuff in here that's kind of nice, I guess. Not immediately incredible or anything, but it's fine. It's something. I can move on like this. Those are a couple enemies that at least die very quickly to this character, so far that's working out in terms of trying to get those good things. And we don't actually need keys either. I think I actually kind of prefer this over the spiders. And I didn't see a tinted rock there, but yeah, that is going to increase the speed upon which we kill bosses by a pretty significant amount. So I'd say I'm fairly happy about that. These bosses still die pretty quickly regardless, but bosses that are in actual boss rooms will now be a little bit more vulnerable to me, so that is pretty good. If I can find some way to recharge this item a bit more, that would be nice, because I wouldn't mind using this in regular rooms as well. Plus those enemies not being as scary would be kind of nice as well, because they have now become a bit more of a danger than they used to be with the box of spiders. It wouldn't have mattered too much with the box of spiders in the end, and with this it's a lot more detrimental. Alright, well that changes things a bit. Because that basically guarantees good stuff effectively. It guarantees that we can go into boss rush or hush depending on which floor we use it, so that's obviously not bad either. We got a couple rocks to look out for, but as you see, that is doing decent damage right there. I'm just not sure if I want to sacrifice my current active item for Mama Mega, but it's not a terrible idea either. This is okay. It's not groundbreakingly good or anything, but it'll do. I'm going to actually use a bomb here, because I think that, yeah, with Mr. Mega as well, that is going to deal some pretty significant damage right there. Right. So if I use it in the boss rush, then I'm gonna be unhappy because I have to do boss. Yeah, I'm just not gonna take it. I think Mama Mega in a lot of instances probably would have been a better choice. But I think here specifically, I'd rather just try and run for it instead. Curse of the Maze. We have one key piece at least. This is a rough room. Don't care for this at all. Stars card. I might actually just use that after doing this, yeah. Just to speed that up a bit. That's Libra. Which is not immediately amazing, but with Mr. Mega it's a little tempting actually. This is this is where Hallowed Ground actually becomes pretty good because you end up with that homing effect as well, so that's pretty nice. But it does mean that we at least visited our item room, and we can kind of quickly get through this hopefully. Need to not destroy those poops because they are very helpful to me. But hopefully because we are just sort of zooming through this floor as quick as we are right now, that's unfortunate. We can at least reach the end of this floor rather quickly. Except if you find the worst dead end of all time. That, I guess, is the possibility as well, but that's just really unfortunate. That's the downside of not having mapping, I guess, as well. It could technically be up here. Yeah, there is a direction over there that works. Oh god, this is a floor for sure, but fortunately Curse of the Maze might have actually helped out a little bit, at least in terms of... Well, no, it probably only hurt, thinking about it. It probably only hurt me in the long run, but yeah, fair enough. And it's not even here, are you serious? That's so rough. At least we get a little bit of flight on this room because of that, the pinking shears. There's Greed. God. This is a terrible floor when trying to go for boss rush for sure. It is just all over the place, and it's massive again. I don't know why we're getting these massive floors today. But, yeah, fair enough. That's not a bad trinket to just get randomly. So hopefully that's going to end up being good, but I don't know where to go. I mean, it could be to the right of the item room as well. It's all just nothing. It's genuinely all nothing. That sucks so bad. And unfortunately these enemies are not working with me either. Really, it's just a big mess. It's just a big mess, unfortunately. I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna see what this does. Oh, hey, we did it. I guess. I think this was exclusively a bad idea, but let's see if it ends up being the case. Yeah, no idea where to go on this floor. It is such a mess of a floor for sure. But I'm hoping I can make something happen here because this is pretty trash. But it might just end up not being a boss rush run this time around because I'm struggling to really do much of anything here. My speed has become so bad upon taking Libra. I think my tier rate went up and everything else went down. So that did not exactly help out the way that I would have liked it to. Another wrong direction? How is that even possible? And right now I'm just trying to rush it as well, which is really not helping my case either. I've taken so much damage on this floor trying to do it quickly that I'm ending up with just a terrible situation. So yeah, I should probably just calm down a little bit and try to do this a little bit slower instead, but I still feel hopeful that boss rush can be reached with a favorable next floor. So I'm just gonna try and go for that, but it's not ideal for sure. The trapping, the pinking shears, there we go, are at least dealing decent damage to the boss here. He is just shooting spiders all over the place, but that's fine. Hopefully we get another angel room here. Our chances are not that great actually. Thought they would be higher at this stage as well, but unfortunately we got nothing there. That at least was a range up which ended up increasing all of our stats. But I do have to make a run for it on this floor because, yeah, we're just running out of time here. Curse of the Blind as well, that's so rough. Let's see if we can find something decent in our shop at least. That might end up saving the day at least a little bit. There's the Fool card, which I'm a little tempted to use actually. We have a decent chance of the door opening to the Devil Deal or Angel Room at least, so that's pretty good. Yeah, Libra was a bad decision because my damage is 0 right now. It is so bad. I did not anticipate it becoming this horrendous. Like, I know... I kind of figured with the other stats being what they are that this would be at least something kind of okay, but it ended up just being a disaster. So we're just gonna have to take our time here. Perhaps this run will simply not go to the boss rush because, well, look at it. Just look at it. Like, I'm fairly confident that pinking shears alone can deal with boss rush. Like, I'm not even kidding. The pinking shears, you can summon so many of them during the fight, and it ends up just being really, really strong. So, I wouldn't be surprised if that alone was good enough to get that to work out. But I need to get there in time, and time is very much running out. Let's at least try to get this. There might be something good in there. We have big bombs, so we don't need to push it too far. Well, it's everything up effectively. Not by a lot, but it's technically better than what it used to be. Just a bunch of pins, including one champion with a little skull above him. So if he dies, probably the rest will die as well. But unfortunately, due to my damage situation, there is no way that I'm killing that one first. So it is what it is. At least all the other ones are dead as well, and it makes the fight a little bit safer. We got something we can buy here, which is the Razor. Shot speed up, which unfortunately doesn't count in the balancing of tiers. So that's unfortunate. I'm a little bit tempted by this Razor right here. That should kill the hands, yep. And I'm guessing my super secret room is over here. Yeah, okay, so boss rush is basically out of the question. So we can at least see if we can get something good to happen here. One makes you larger and bad gas. My tear rate's getting pretty good. I will stick with the pinking shears, I think. And I think from this point on, we're gonna calm down a bit. We're gonna calm down. We're not gonna go for boss rush anymore because that dream is dead. We're gonna take random things. D6, okay. Yep. That's interesting. That's an interesting thing, at least. Possibly might regret dropping the pinking shears, but the D6 at least gives us the potential of options. So it can still end up being pretty good. I would at least like to try and go for Mega Satan during this run, because I think that is still viable. Kind of difficult with the build right now, but with the D6 it is a little bit more likely to get something that can salvage this, so hopefully we can get something in that direction. I should actually probably do the mom fight while I still have this full card anyway. I can get a damage up as well. Do I regret doing this? I kind of probably should have destroyed the shopkeeper and all that good stuff first, but it doesn't really matter. God, look at this. If need be, I can also just leave this room with the full card and then just try and make this work a little bit better. I think I'm just gonna have to use this poop to really get anything done here. I gotta make sure not to accidentally get it destroyed by the foot, but that's about it that I have to worry about, I guess. It is a worry, though. It does take a minute for the foot to destroy it, but it is a very real possibility. But it is a pretty significant source of my damage right now, so I could definitely use it. Ah, boy. Oh, we didn't take damage there. Some kind of Mask of Infamy effect there, which might also have been caused by the banishment poop thing. Fair enough, that's pretty good. We're getting through it. Can you imagine doing boss rush with this damage though? Would have been a trip. But at least it was also a learning experience to just never ever take Libra on this character, because I don't think there is an instance where that is going to work out. Because this is making me sad. We're at least getting a stat up of all over the place every time we take damage because of the first item that we took. So there's at least that. That is a Devil Deal. Cannot see what is what. And this Devil Deal is probably just going to be similar. Yep. So, there is technically a chance that one of these is duality. But more likely than not, it's not the case. So I think I'm just going to leave all of these alone. And see if we can re-roll an item somewhere on this floor. Technically, I do still have the damage in terms of Mr. Mega as well, so I do have some options worth of damage. It's just not exactly ideal options, because I'd rather just save the bombs for a particularly tricky fight. Like stuff like this, I can just move up and down. The room will more or less clear itself, because that's just how this attack works. More Eternal Hearts appear is not exactly what I'm looking for. These rooms also are fine, provided the bat doesn't act like a jerk. There we go. Haven't found... No, I have found my item room, so I could reroll my shop item at least. Could be good. Could technically go to the beast, but again, I think it would just make me miserable. So I'd rather not. And one of the following floors could end up having a decent item still. Slowly but surely wins the race indeed. But I will once again reiterate, please, for your own benefit, do not take Libra on this character. Don't get into this situation. At least there's a battery here. I can re-roll the shop item a couple times. There could be something in here, but unfortunately not. Just garbage. Just garbage. Fair enough, unless it's red chest? Nah. Spiders. Okay, so there's a battery there. I'm just gonna bomb my way out because I feel like being a little bit quicker is at least gonna give me somewhat of a feeling that I want to continue this run without crying, so that is at least somewhat good. And I guess I can give this one some coins. This is not an ideal place to be for sure, but if this one can drop an item, then I can re-roll it into something that's potentially kind of okay. Another Fool card. Could be good. Don't really need coins from this point on either, so this is not immediately terrible, but it's a little fiddly for sure. Especially if he just gives me hearts. But please? Well, there's an item. It could be good. Probably not, though, so I'm just going to do that. Oh. Okay, yeah, we're going for a worst case scenario, I see. We're... yes, very good. Curse of the Tower. I did not think that you could actually get that from that item pool. However, I have learned a thing today. Okay, well, what's this then? Broken watch. Yep, that seems about right. So now there is the occasional possibility that the room speeds up. It can also slow down. But given how the rest of this run is going, I have a hunch of what my future is going to look like. Yeah, and give me a Curse of the Lost as well. Just show me nothing. Give me no information. Really try. At least I have the trinket that is going to turn all those troll bombs into something good. It is just going to be bomb pickups for me, so that's at least not the worst thing. I could increase my Devil Deal chance there with the power of those bombs, so that's pretty good as well. We can find our secret room and just Curse of the Lost, and we at least can get as much Angel Room chance as possible and still technically have a chance to try and fight Mega Satan somewhere in this run. However, I will still continue to say that I don't feel pleased about this run, and that is a silly way to take damage. Having said that, I can maybe I can create a bridge out of that poop, but its location is not great. I should also do this, as I remember. But theoretically, if I do this, it is... yeah, I was kind of worried about that one. Yeah, that's unfortunate, because if you place a poop like here, you can turn it into a bridge by shooting it downwards, but it was just in the absolute worst possible location, so it unfortunately did not end up working out. I don't know if my secret room could be here. It can be. So at least we managed to find that, so that's good. It means we can find that extra little bit of Devil Deal chance. Just blowing these up in case one of them happens to drop a 50% off or a coupon, because that could have increased our likelihoods of a good item by re-rolling it as a secret room item after all. So that would have been nice, but unfortunately it was not to be. We activated the broken stopwatch, so this boss is particularly slow. And using Mr. Mega and a bomb is a good way to get rid of that boss forever. Very good. And now it has sped up again. For a second I thought it actually sped up rather than just regular speed again, because I've had the music zoomed up like that, but I think it's okay. Given how slow everything's moving, I'm gonna say that nothing's exactly sped up right now. So we're good. We get a PERTHRO rune, which is not bad. It's effectively another use of the D6. I will just open this. It is good. Maybe could have re-rolled that into something better, but I don't mind that simply because it drops some health as well. And my health was getting a little rough. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But at least we managed to get an extra charge there. We got an extra soul heart, which is pretty good. And we got a little bit of a stat up as well because of Libra. So technically, if we just do that 1 million more times, we'll have pretty decent damage, I'd say. It is going to be tricky to find that quantity of challenge rooms. Theoretically not impossible if I find 500,000 R keys, so really I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for little things here and there, but those are the things that would help me out during this run, I'd say. Very good. Okay, so I haven't seen any tinted rocks yet. I've seen many a wrong direction, so I'm happy I've given up on anything that requires speed, because my god, I would have been triple annoyed at this point by how this is going, but fortunately things are working out in that I've learned to manage my expectations. In a way, I suppose. You could call that a positive, but we're 28 minutes in and we're still on Womb 1, so yeah, it's going about as good as... oh, good. The room has sped up. I'm struggling to place a bomb down at the right time, but once you do, it kills the boss real good, so it was not a terrible idea. Oh, jeez, okay. So yeah, I stood still there because I kind of figured these spikes would retract. They did not. So that's interesting. What a fun room we're having today here. Let's just make this work. It's a tricky room for sure. It's probably one of the trickier ones of this variety for sure. God, yeah, that's nasty. It's giving me a lot of bombs, but that's so mean. It's so mean, actually. With all the stuff that's going on there, because there's so many spikes. Yeah, genuinely wasn't ready for that one. So that's my angel room chance gone, unfortunately. At least I have some bombs to play with right now, but that's thanks to Curse of the Tower actually ended up being okay. Which is an interesting situation to be in when you're grateful for Curse of the Tower of all things. Yep, that's a situation. Very tiny room, a lot of tears, no damage. Very good, very interesting. It's an interesting run at least. It's keeping me awake. It's good to have the last run of the day be a little bit more interesting than the others, because it makes sure that you're keeping on edge, you're warmed up, and you're ready to seize the day with whatever comes your way. But genuinely, it's a bit rough. it's a little rough for sure. Nothing. No black hearts. I have 3 red heart containers, which I'm feeling pretty happy about. This is Womb 1, right? Yeah, it is Womb 1. That means I've spent a good 10 minutes on this floor already, which adds up. Duns cap? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not this time, though. Book of the Dead. I mean, it's part of the bookworm transformation, so technically not nothing. But I was really hoping for at least something there. But I think we're just gonna have to learn to live with the fact that my main source of damage is gonna be Mr. Mega, I think, because I don't really have much of a choice here. Outside of doing that forever, but it's not ideal. That's fine. Don't know if the slowdown of this room really affects anything, but might. And we're perfectly just not quite gonna have a item recharge available for this place, unfortunately, but okay. Okay, let's just use that. I have 62 bombs. We don't technically need to recharge this thing since we're probably not gonna get a devil deal anyway. We can at least move these bombs a little bit with our laser as well, so if anything, we may not have damage, but we at least have the capability to move bombs closer to the enemy, which is kind of okay as well. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I definitely 100% need to keep the trinket I have right now, or I'm definitely going to die. But perhaps there is a room that we haven't cleared yet on this floor. We have been here for a while. I'm gonna say it's fairly unlikely, but it's theoretically not impossible. I'm actually just gonna blow these up for good measure as well, in the sense that maybe there's a card in any of these? No. Ay, ay, ay. And that's the way it goes sometimes. But out of all the characters where I figured I wouldn't have to try so hard, I didn't think that this would be the character that would give me troubles. But it is like that sometimes. Ultimately, it was on me, once again, for taking Libra. But before Libra, my build wasn't spectacular. But it definitely was a choice. We do have decent Angel Room chance again, but it is tricky not to lose it with what is currently happening. Just gonna get rid of some of these with a bomb just to make life a little safer. There is a room here with the potential of something good. It's for shopkeepers. It could have dropped the thing. Unfortunately, they did not. There could be a quarter in those pots, probably, assuming that I haven't picked up one of those yet, and indeed I have not. There don't appear to be tinted rocks here, and my map is interesting in that it was gone. I'm not really sure what happened there. I could only see the chest room for some reason there for a second, but yeah. Alright, that's a new one at least. I am willing to take this until I'm... Oh my god. Yeah, that's... You know, that's what you get. That's what you get when you're trying to be a little optimistic. Yeah, I'll take this poop trinket for a second as I clear this room with not many enemies inside it. It's just a little bit rough, you know? Not impossible, but just a little bit rougher than I really need it to be. And I would appreciate it if this game calmed down just a second. Let's just put that over there. Open it up. Get some red hearts back at least. I can probably take that without taking damage, but it's gonna be close. Yep. That could be the health that I need to survive, so pretty good. That's a lot of pins. I'm not sure if I got them there. No, it didn't. They perfectly got back in the ground. And this is why he's called Tainted Azazel. Because everything's upside down. At least we're back on full health, so that's good at least. This room is slowed down, which is not too terrible actually, because it does make this a little bit more manageable. I'm just going to place bombs down, I think, though, just to make life a little bit more hectic and also a little bit more quick. There we go. That clears it out reasonably quickly, at least. It is, yeah, having slowdown in this room is not too bad, because at least everything is very dodgeable. But it's still a little bit of a rough one. Not sure if there is a secret room anywhere here. I might as well try since I have the bombs for it. It is my main source of damage, but could definitely use the power of a super secret room. It could technically contain a second angel statue as well, which could be good. Theoretically a third one as well, but that's pushing it a bit for sure. And I have doubts that we're gonna get more angel room chance in this, so I'm actually just gonna do this as you ordinarily would. This is not great. Just not quite getting the homing effect there, unfortunately, but fair enough. We can probably make this work with Mr. Mega and a Dream. Yeah, that'll work. Very good. And we still got an Angel Room. Alright, that's surprising, but I'll take it. This could be good. +1 damage. Well, I mean, it's at least some more health. And I'll take that. It is at least going to be the destruction of another angel statue, and as such, a little bit more progress towards opening Mega Satan's door. It's just that I'm terrified. But I genuinely did not expect with those odds for that door to open for sure. Please don't run into the Delirium portal. That was my biggest fear at that moment right there. And I think I do actually need to clear the rest of this floor just for the sake of trying to get like an item to reroll. Because so far my d6 has been unused. We are at least getting to the point that if we can make it to... if we can make it to the dark room, I can at least re-roll my devil deals in there and pretty much guarantee something kind of okay, maybe. I have no idea where my secret room is, but it is a womb floor, so we are not even close to being done here. I should probably use a sneeze more, but I genuinely don't know how good of an idea that is. Don't think I need to blow this up, but you know what? Maybe there's a trapdoor underneath it. You never really know. Let's just put a bomb down there. That should probably at least get rid of the champion, and it got rid of the smaller enemy as well. So that's pretty good. There is no chance of a secret room in there. This is a bunch of nothing. Technically, there could be a secret room over here. There you go. Super Greed could drop a quarter, I believe. Or just money. Ah, come on. Give me something to work with here, please. Just give me like a little bit. That's all I'm asking for right now. Just a little bit of an item somewhere. Any gold chest or something like that. Some soul hearts perhaps. A tinted rock maybe. Singular even. I would appreciate. These are a little bit of an issue, but with the high tier rate that we have, at least it's not too bad because... Well, even with near 0 damage, we're at least insta-killing those, so that's good. Big rooms in the womb, I feel, are usually not a big issue, but there are stuff like these, of course, which... Oh yeah, still not really a big issue, so that's good. No rocks here, unfortunately, but, you know, fair enough. And just a bunch of that. Could technically try and go for the dollar bill so I could have something to re-roll, but that, again, is not... It's not an ideal strategy, is it? It's not exactly the kind of thing you want to be going for. And no idea where my super secret room is. There's a decent chance it's just somewhere terrible. It could be to the top right over here as well, which would not be too impossible to find. But if it's not there, it's gonna get into the territory of what do you want from me? Where it's possibly like next to that big room or something, and that... I don't want to deal with it, you know? I mean, when I've tried everything else, it's becoming a little bit more tempting, I suppose, but it's still not exactly an ideal choice to try just because there's so many possible walls where it could be. Plus, I'm never really good at judging where the doors would be anyway, so there's that to consider as well. There is a curse room here and a tinted rock, but I don't think I have a way outside of turning hallowed ground into a bridge that I can think of to get the contents of said tinted rock. Unless this would work or something like that, something really wacky, but yeah. 2 soul hearts. I mean, it would be worth, but I would need to place hallowed ground in the correct location, and I'm not sure if I can. Genuinely? It does require me to take damage in basically a very specific spot, and I'm gonna try to do that by doing this. Okay, that's good. And now I'm just gonna bomb it over here. There we go. We have created a bridge to a soul heart. Oh, these are the strats. These are just not good strategies, but they work for my very specific situation. Very good. Very good indeed. I have to imagine the super secret room is next to the big room. And I am a little bit tempted to try, just in case there's like something good in there. I have 42 bombs, so I don't really have a reason not to at least try, you know? But it's just not what I want to do. I didn't try this one, which is also not impossible, but also a bit weird. Alright, so if I go all the way over here, then that is lined up correctly. And there it is. And look at that. Oh, it's actually okay. Wow. Is there batteries on this floor? No. Well, I mean, I can use this exactly once. There is about 100 different places where the ultra super secret room could be. There's an item room there? Alright. Sure. With a reroll machine inside it as well. Yeah, alright. That seems perfectly reasonable. We're getting more in my flavor of Isaac runs, I suppose. Bursting Sack or D7. Not really excited about either of these. Stomp your... God. Come on. Give me one good thing. Don't have conjoined progress. Well, that's arguably good. More likely, it's going to kill me. But if it's not going to kill me, it's okay. Genuinely, I should just be happy enough that I got an item room out of a red key, out of a super secret room, out of a big room anyway. But I still feel a little concerned that this is going to lead to my death for sure. Alright, go down the hole. Definitely forgot about that delirium portal as well, so good thing that ended up working out. And let's go. Singular rune, don't know which one it is. Could just bomb my way in there at least. I don't know what it said. I've seen it several times and I still haven't. It says it was. That's fine, I guess. It's better than nothing. It could be useful in the dark room at least, so it's not immediately terrible. Just blow up that black poop right there to make that a little bit easier. That is a slowed down room, which is convenient. Can just keep up this level of energy, that would be ideal. Take that. That's pretty much an insta kill. The worst part of him. I'm surprised the horse didn't hit me both times it whooshed past me very quickly. But it didn't, so that's good. That was hopeful, but it was fairly unlikely, I guess. That's a secret room right there. That is health. Right. Okay. Black Lotus. Do we reroll Black Lotus? Every single part of my instinct says no. However, my health's not bad right now. Like, it's not full health, obviously, but it's not terrible. So I think I'd rather have a secret room item to reroll, as secret room items can be rather good. Theoretically, I could get 99 bombs, which actually genuinely isn't too bad right now. I could once again get the R key, which is... it'll be kind of annoying, but not immediately horrendous. Mostly annoying because I just don't... I want to be done with this run, is more the thing. Because it clearly has an effect on me. That was close because the room sped up, but it worked out. A 3 rerolls the pickups on the floor, which could be good. Emperor card is not bad. It's actually very not bad, so I will take that and just keep the remaining pickups on the floor, I think. That's also not too terrible out of a room if you can reroll all of them. There's a super secret room right here with some potential. I'll give this one a couple of keys. Okay. Okay then. Not give him a couple keys after all. No, I shouldn't have picked that up actually, but fair enough. Alright, so I'm gonna just clear out a bit of this. I should probably actually just do this boss fight just to be done with it. Also clear out this because, again, that's just very mean. Oh, it's slowed down. That's gonna mess up my timing, but let's see if this works out roughly. Nope. It is very slowed down. Jeez. I was not aware that time could move this slowly, but nature has found a way. Jeez, okay. Well, this is what broken stopwatch Satan is like, I guess. I've never actually experienced this before, but I don't love it. I mean, it's very doable, I guess, but it's just... Oof. I just kind of feel bad for him at this stage. Show me a shadow, please. There we go. And he knocked the bomb away with his big feats. Might work. Yep, that insta-killed him pretty much. That's the nice thing about Mr. Mega combined with the Bomberman explosion. It makes for death. It makes the death happen, so that's pretty good. Alright, we roll that into the liver. Again, I don't hate that for the devil deals on the next floor. And I'm simply opening up that one as well for the sake of not having that key or that coin be picked up. Because anything could be a battery at this stage, which is an important thing to remember. Can't see. Can't see where he is. Please don't run towards me. There we go. Yeah, this is the strat. Just throwing large quantities of bombs at enemies. It's not ideal, but it's not terrible. This is a room that is more or less going to clear itself. It's not very difficult, at least, so that's good. I'm just going to bomb here in case I'm missing a tinted rock somewhere. Probably not, but the one in the top left technically probably could have been one, so there's that to consider. We still got a decent quantity of rooms remaining. These are slowed down thanks to the broken stopwatch. The broken stopwatch has at least mostly been good so far, so I can appreciate that much. Don't like this at all. Don't like those enemies. I just genuinely don't know how to deal with them with low damage. I'm starting to realize, because I can never quite dodge all of what they do. Come on. There you go. Not touch any of those. Not sure if any of those were luck up. I don't think so. We can once again re-roll our secret room item. If we can get that thing that just, well, not that, obviously, but if we can get that thing that gives us a choice between a health item or something like that, that would be pretty good, obviously. There's a couple items I would really like to have. Just try that. It's a little bit fiddly on this boss, but it does more or less insta-kill him if you can hit him with an explosion, so it's nice to do that. That is 3 charges, or 2. I'm not sure if I want to use my Emperor card to open that, and then if it gets too dicey to just leave, or if I want to have that for the dark room, because for the dark room it's obviously very good. There we go. Bombs are helping me out so much during this run, though. It's not often that I get to use bombs offensively in a way that's actually something, but there you go. It does happen on occasion. And I'm not extremely terrible at it, so at least that's working out. Running out of rooms here, though. Yeah, just this one left. And the challenge room, of course, but... There we go. We have 25 coins. Could re-roll this, but don't really have a reason to. Can at least destroy all these flames relatively quickly, thanks to the brimstone. Okay. I think we've gone into every other room except for the challenge room and the curse room. I don't really want to spend that much health in the curse room, if I'm honest. I can at least re-roll all the consumables here. So let's just do that. Keys, keys, bombs, bombs. I'm hoping for tiny batteries. And I see exactly 0, so that's not great. Let's see if there's anything in here. Just a red heart. Magician. Probably not as good as the Emperor in terms of actually winning. PERTHRO. Well then. That also works as a reroll.
PERTHRO.
What do we got? We got thin socks. I mean, it's not bad, you know? At this stage, I'm tempted to say I'll just take what I can get. Because I think that's what we're just gonna have to learn to live with. I kind of regret picking up the quarter, I guess. Oh yeah, right. Still scared of every troll bomb, even though it clearly doesn't do anything. Moon card, that's not terrible either. I might just use the moon card to at least check out my curse room. It's not ideal, but it works. Oop. No, it is not a immediately terrible one, at least. 2 troll bombs, so that's 2 more bombs. Soul heart, so I got my health back, so that's good at least. And an okay button, which is rare for curse rooms, really. Hanged man.
The moon.
Was tempted. Placebo. We do have PhD, but also we have a D6, and that's probably better in terms of potential. Well, should have gone with the socks. Should have gone with the liver. Should have gone with many of the other choices that I had, but unfortunately, I wanted something amazing, and it was not to be. Fair enough. We have opened up the Mega Satan door. We have the choice between Lusty Blood, the knife. The knife. Ooh, that's actually possibly really good. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna have to be taken, right? Because that's the mother transformation after all. Look at how far away I'm throwing this thing as well. I'm gonna take this as well. Tempted by Lusty Blood, but... yeah, there we go. It took a year, but we're dealing damage now. It took the entirety of the run, but we actually have something now, so that's at least kinda good. I need to just use the Emperor card to at least kill the lamb before I lose all my health to me being an idiot. Which is always a very real chance, I've realized. Oh boy. Careful now. What? Was there tears there or something? Genuinely didn't see. Throw a bomb down there. I was hoping that would deal more damage to him, if I'm honest. Oh boy. I'm gonna need to... no victory laps, please. We've been through that life. Alright, so... if anything, we've killed the lamb. I'm at 2 hearts because that fight went bad, but it's not the end of the world. The rest of the floor is hopefully going to be a little bit easier. I am going to bomb just about everything in the hope to find a super secret room. Hopefully we can get some more items as well. And I kind of want to try Mega Satan at least, but I mean I'd have to get there first, which is going to be problem number 1 to deal with for sure. There we go. 1 eternal heart. Well, it's protection. Now to just find my regular secret room. If you could give me like a dead cat, that would be alright. I'd be okay with that. Alright. That's okay. That is some options. It at least allows me to take the remaining devil deals without having to worry about stuff too much. I should probably leave the remaining hearts on the floor then. I don't mind getting Lusty Blood, but simultaneously I don't know how much it's actually going to help me either in my current situation. It's mostly checking for a devil deal there, but fair enough. If I could get AHS to drop as well, that would be lovely. But we'll see what we can get. It is slowed down. That still ended up nearly hitting me, so that seems about right. I should probably just take the hearts, but I will not. There we go. At least it's slowed down again, so that should make this a little bit easier as well. That nearly went wrong. A bunch of these little ghosts. Not immediately a problem until they start teleporting, but fortunately they were nice. I guess I might as well just re-roll my devil deals because just not getting anything here. Yeah, I don't know how good Lusty Blood is going to be, and I think I'd rather just try to get a guppy piece, although I'm not even sure if that's going to be that good. Also just realized that those re-rolled into just regular items, so that's a thing I wasn't fully aware of. I will probably immediately forget immediately afterwards again, but it took a second for me to realize that Taurus isn't a devil deal item, or Ares rather. Well, fair enough. Yeah, our damage is so good right now, but my health is now the problem. It has at least switched around. The slowdown that is occasionally happening is nice. If I can get that during Mega Satan, that would actually be really good. But it's going to be hard to guarantee that for sure. I've pretty much taken nothing in terms of conjoined transformation, so I'm a little tempted to reroll that. I should just take this then, because I have something to reroll now that doesn't cost health to pick up, so that's at least kind of okay. This I don't love, for that reason and that reason alone. Because it's a little tricky to deal with in my current situation. Alright, so since I'm effectively at 1 health, alright, now especially so. Well, that's at least pretty good. I should probably at least re-roll the Devil Deal items at the start for the sake of, well, being able to. That at least made it possible. That at least cleared the room, so that's good. Mostly this is just because it's 2 items that I'd rather re-roll this. Infestation 2. At this stage in the game, not incredible. Bobby Bomb might actually be pretty good. I'm actually going to die for Bobby Bomb. Because I think bombs going towards them is just really nice at this stage. This room has sped up, not sure if you can tell, but it is. Put that down. But we have infinite homing bombs, which is not a terrible combination of events right here. But I will say that with what we currently have, I cannot guarantee if we are going to beat Mega Satan, because there isn't that much to speak of. There's one more. Yep. Dive quickly. Okay, at least he died in time for the room to be cleared. Like, definitely, this build should be able to deal with Mega Satan. It's just that I'm not sure if I can. I don't have a shovel. And that's the entire floor already. Really? I could possibly just put a couple of those hallowed ground poops in the fight before really starting. Not sure if that's really going to do much of anything, but it's worth a shot. I can bomb this. Did I find my secret room? No. Where is my secret room? Genuinely, where is my secret room? I've looked all over the place, I feel. It might be, like, to the right and then up. And then here, but I think, isn't Mega Satan over there? Yeah. So it's not there. It's not here. It cannot be here, right? Like, that's not... Yeah, okay. Just for my own sake, I had to make sure of that, because suddenly I started doubting every realistic part of my life. But I have infinite bombs anyway, so I might as well just try every single wall until I find it, I suppose. There could be something good in my secret room, theoretically. I guess I don't need to bomb the same walls over and over, but it's an option. There we go. Weird place for one, but fair enough, I guess. Tower card, that's a couple more bombs, but I have infinite, so that doesn't really affect me in any way. Definitely should have bombed that differently in case that was something good, but fair enough. I'm just gonna give it a couple shots. Let's see what we can do here. Should I take Infestation too? Does that really add to my build at all? I could take this. But also that doesn't really add to my build at all. I know there's a soul heart still on the floor, but I'm waiting with that for just a little bit. I want to do like a couple tries just to see where I am. And then when I have like 2 lives left or something, I'll just give it a shot, I suppose. Alright, so put that down. Really just try to make the most out of these bombs, I think. While occasionally using the knife as well. We got to this part of the fight at least, so that's at least slightly hopeful. Kill death quickly. I don't have flight. Right. That's an issue as well. Oh, that's a really big issue. I'm not very good against creep at all. Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare. Creep might actually be the downfall of this, because I'm going to miss that. The infinite bombs are at least very nice. How did the creep even get... Oh, because of that. Right. Okay, that makes sense. The creep got there simply because of the attack from Sloth. So, that's fun. Just keep planting bombs. Are they slowed down? I don't know what's going on there exactly, but I'll take whatever happens, I suppose. There's going to be more creep on the floor during this phase, so I need to take care of that quickly. Don't love this. Right. Still not need to be scared of troll bombs. They're not going to hurt me. They are not real. Definitely forgot which angel was which and dodged in the wrong direction there. No worries. Fair enough. Yeah, I should probably just get that soul heart as quickly as possible because it's doable. It's not impossible by any means. It's just a lot, you know? Especially this phase is going to be a problem for sure. Oh boy. Okay, let's ease up on the bombs at this stage. If war could help me out a little bit, that would be lovely. This is not great. I'm not super good at this, but just try to stand here. Use my bombs to maximum capacity. It's a little difficult to tell what's going on here, but not impossible. His skull is getting cracked. God, I did not know where to stand for that at all. That is a rough one. I'm gonna take the soul heart now, because I might as well. It doesn't really make a difference whether I take it now or 3 lives from now. It's probably better to just get this over with. But that attack, I don't know what to do about that, though. I felt pretty trapped when he did that. So I hope I can either avoid just getting that attack at all, or manage to dodge it somehow, I guess. Come on, there you go. Get rid of the green one first because of the creep. That one dies really quickly as well, so that's good at least. This is such a weird experience. There we go. Part 1 done. They only seem to home against the hands as well, which is unfortunate, but fair enough. It's working out. That creep is fine. It's not bad creep. It is friend creep, which is easily distinguishable because I think it doesn't flash, but that's really about it. Deal with that one first once again. It did get slowed down, but I think it's one of those flies that's doing that as well, which is odd. Come on. That's such a silly way to die. I'm just gonna keep trying. I actually, genuinely at this stage, if I lose my win streak, that's fine, because then I can spend some time with Lilith trying to get bandage unlocked. Which is really something I do need to get out of the way anyway, so I don't hate just trying until I either win or fully lose. Put that down. Don't love how this is going so far. There's a lot going on during this fight. I saw that happen in slow motion. No worries. Calm down. Calm down. We got this. Just throw a couple bombs down here. It does take a minute to place a second bomb, huh? But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Come on, there you go. If I could place my bombs down a little bit quicker. Like, there is an item that does that, so having gotten that would have been really nice. Alright, that's that part done. That's brimstone, you can tell by the sound. Is Envy actually destroying those poops, though? Because it looked like when he bumped into it, that the poops became smaller. Which is rude. I spawned. Yeah, he spawns there. Last chance. Oh. Well, that would have been bad if I didn't have the trinket. What an absolute mess. Just trying our hardest. Didn't get the homing effect there, which was unfortunate. That time he somehow bumped the bomb a million miles away. But the horse ended up dying to the bomb, I think? Come on. I don't think Ace of Clubs works against any of these either, which is unfortunate because that would be so good. If I could just skip the wave that comes after this one, because that's the problem. That's the big problem wave of this part for sure. But we made it through. Just take it carefully. That's Brimstone. Come on, just a little bit more. There we go. That's one phase done. Just the hard part. I need to watch out with that fly that I have as well, because that is going to explode in a rather scary way. But he ended up getting destroyed, so that's good. This is fine. This is not fine. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's actually okay. That's okay, yeah. I don't love this. Come on, war. Be a pal. Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely not. We're done with this. Oh god. What an absolute nightmare of a run. But we killed Mega Satan. We unlocked the Hell game, which I hadn't unlocked on anything yet, so fair enough. We killed the Lamb. We killed Satan. Genuinely did not expect this run to really go anywhere after that Libra, but fortunately we struggled through and made something happen. I'm gonna eat some lasagna. I hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we play, I'm gonna do a different run with a different character. And I hope to see you all there. Bye-bye.